Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy the Hwood. I'm here with a special guest. Goes by the name of Bobby Glasco, which happens to be my nephew. Yeah, no. How you doing, man?
I'm great.
Well, man, let's talk about it. Today was the battle for, I guess it was Rick Roos and 2 Chainz. How'd you score it?
Oh, it's lopsided.
Well,
lopsided.
well, explain.
2 Chainz had a good, out of the 20 records, y'all hate this, but 2 Chainz, out of the 20 records, 2 Chainz had a good 4 or 5 records.
Okay.
He didn't even really scratch the surface. He got whipped down, so he 15-5. That man was getting hit with hammers. And then the thing is, Rick Roos didn't even use his heaviest hammers, nigga. He was hitting those light blows. And he could have battled that man with Deeper Than Rap alone.
I'm looking at the comments. Some people were going for 2 Chainz, though. Some people had 2 Chainz up.
Well, no, of course he got his core fans. They're not realistic.
Oh.
Not realistic. Come on, bro. That's not realistic. Nigga going up against a damn juggernaut. Rick Roos.
Oh, man.
Roos and Drake have the most hit records right now.
To me, you know what it is? I feel like 2 Chainz is on a lot of singles. I don't have an album from him, so I don't know him for his albums. I know him for being on, hit singles, songs that.
I'll tell you what.
What?
If there was a battle of who has the best new record, 2 Chainz, boy. 2 Chainz played that new record today, and it made me feel some type of way. 2 Chainz played a new record tonight, and I want that record.
Okay, what record?
Oh, it's called Moneymaker featuring Lil Wayne. That record hard.
Okay. I was in and out, so I just caught one where they were talking about Terry Crews and Dre getting a divorce. I'm like, wait, whose song is that?
That was Rick Ross.
So is that a new song? Well, it got to be a new song because Dre's divorce is like.
Yeah, it came out. It just came out right now.
Oh, is he putting that out? Because I haven't heard from Rick Ross in a while.
Both those records just came out right now.
Oh, so it makes sense for them to do a battle tonight for Friday release. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, always do that.
Oh, so I get it now. So everybody battled on a Thursday night.
I don't know when they're battling, but that's a strategic move.
Right.
Is to drop it on the
while you're the hot topic. While you're the hot topic of probably.
Hell yeah!
The
when
whole
you got
weekend.
The platform,
right?
Listen, you got like 500,000 people viewing you on all different platforms. You got people watching you on Apple TV. Apple Music,
right? Or
YouTube or IG, and you got almost 1 million people watching you. When's the best time to just be like, hey, and by the way, I got a new album. Oh, it's called Pin to the Cross. That record was hard. That was a hard record.
So you think Rick Ross is
right now?
Rick Ross is out there having fun, huh? Just doing his thing.
Oh, this wasn't even a boxing match. This was like a sparring match.
Oh my god!
Like this was sparring. Like this was like Big Brother taking little brother out in the backyard and whooping his ass, man.
Oh, they're gonna be mad at this one. Okay, but
I don't care.
Hey, look, it is what it is.
That's a fact.
It is what it is because we're gonna segue into the top 10 list thing. Snoop Dogg, hey, he had his opinion, and people felt some kind of way about that. Even the song "Complex" now with DJ Academics and Wayno, they're talking about it, and it's like he was like, "Are we talking skill level?" That's what Academics are. Are we talking skill level or personal preference? What are we talking?
You can't go off of what Academics say.
No,
academic is
if he
a clown.
says, no, time out.
You don't know hip hop.
If he says, are we going off a skill level, then he has to be on your top 10. But if you're talking about, well, some things that you can relate to, then yeah, some people won't. They won't prefer him on there.
That's why I don't like those kind of things. Like when you choose your top 5, top 10, or because it's a vague thing. Who's in your top 10?
Right.
Who's my top 10 of what? Oh, best rappers of all time. Well, that's deep. I need to know what kind of rapper. Rappers are not all the same. You got different categories for rappers.
Exactly.
You can't. So you have to. I feel like you have to be a little more informative in the question.
Right. Pop some more details,
Yeah,
but that's why I like what I like what he said. He was saying, are we talking skill level? Because it's so broad, right? It's so vague, like you said earlier. It's so vague that, well, how are we judging this? So I know how to judge it. But if it's like that wide, then shoot, anybody could say whatever, and they're not wrong because it's their opinion in the first place. So,
So when they turn around, when people turn around and be like, this is where Snoop. Okay, so they're like, Snoop was wrong when he said it like this.
Right.
Well, but if I were to say something like, Tupac wouldn't even be in my top 5. What? Everybody's going to be emotionally attached to the fact that I think he's not there.
Right.
Yeah. What do you mean he's not there?
Right.
Snoop was like, hold on. My opinion.
Right.
He's not in my top 10.
Right.
He can be in yours. So that's why I think he probably felt a little attacked. I was like,
I don't really think people had a problem with his list. I think they had a problem with, it was like he wanted everybody to know he ain't on mine. And then he was named, because I think DJ said, well, like who? He was like Rakim. I'm like, okay. Then he just started going down this. LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane. Should I go on? It's like, oh, okay. It comes off as.
Okay. How many rappers did he put on there? That came out after him?
None. And he explained that in a tweet. Like, he's not doing his peers. He's doing people that came before him. So I understand it. It's like, it's, what do they say? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I think that's what people had a beef with.
Sensitive?
We are. You know the time we in.
Come on, man. Yeah, so you got your audience is emotionally charged, overly sensitive. You have these interviewers or hosts or whatever that want to persuade your thought process and how you view things, and that they. I'm gonna tell you something. They would have been very upset with me.
Why?
Because my list wouldn't be what you would think. In my list, in everybody else's list, Tupac and Biggie are always number 1. Why are they reserved for that number 1 spot?
You know what?
Y'all make it seem like we're talking about Jesus here.
What?
We're not talking about Jesus. We're talking about Tupac and Biggie. Why do they have to be number 1? Because they died? Biggie only had 2 records.
Yeah.
Why do they have to be number 1? Now, Big is one of my favorite rappers.
That's true, yeah.
Tupac's one of my favorite rappers. But number 1, they don't have enough work to be number 1.
But see, this is the thing. That's why it goes back to what you said earlier about it being vague. What are we talking about? Are we talking skill? Are we talking impact? Because if we're talking impact, I understand why Tupac would be there. Tupac. See, put like this. The only rap song that ever made me shed a tear was "Dear Mama," and that song is. That song is not. That song is by a person who's not the most lyrical. But when Tupac raps, like Shock G said in The Art of 16 Bars, because I have that documentary on DVD somewhere, is that Tupac pours his lyrics out. He's pouring his heart out to you. Biggie's more of a he's passionate. Biggie's more of a, what do you say? He's more like a jazz player. He swings, you know.
Bro,
Biggie has flow.
Type of rappers.
Exactly.
It's like playing a baseball player, playing a basketball player.
Right.
They're both playing football.
But see, this is the thing.
This don't even match.
Those are the top two, right? In, I'll just say it, the black community's list, right? Black people's list. That's the top two.
Everybody's list.
And guess what? They're totally two different rappers. One is more of a lyrical, you know, wordplay. One's more as he was like, Tupac was, he was kind of like the political, what do you call it? Black power, you know. Brenda's Got a Baby. He had
the revolutionary.
Yeah,
rapper.
He had his moments where he was, you know, ratchet and stuff too, but he was well-rounded. He had, like, to me, his best songs were the feel-good songs, right? Dear Mama, I Get Around, Keep Your Head Up, like To Live and Die, because it was more melodic. You know, I'm into melody, so those songs resonated with me a little bit more than his hard stuff. Like the one he was dissing Biggie on.
That was the hardest record ever. But
I didn't care for it.
Tupac is more influential.
Right. So because he's influential, he gets that spot. But the thing that I was listening to earlier on.
Hold on, wait. You didn't like Hit 'Em Up? Now this is gonna cause a problem.
Okay.
You didn't like Hit 'Em Up?
Hit 'Em Up ain't touching Dear Mama. Hit 'Em Up ain't touching I Get Around. Hit 'Em Up ain't touching Live and Die in L.A.
We're talking about, but did you like the record or not? You didn't think it was
I didn't care for it.
You put it up against other diss records.
Other diss records?
Low?
What's the number one diss record for me? We're talking about diss records now. Diss records? DJ Quick versus MC8 was like high on the list.
Oh yeah, that was a shit.
Yeah, you know. What else? A diss record that was like.
That
ooh.
record wouldn't work right now, though. By the way.
Right. I mean, he was super disrespectful.
That banned off the radio.
He was. I mean,
he said a lot of homophobic things in that record.
Well, that's the times we live in. I mean, think about it, man. Back in the day, if you wanted to disrespect somebody, you tell them to.
I'm surprised you didn't say no Vaseline, though.
Well, I was thinking that, but no Vaseline. As far as, you know, DJ Quick is musical, so I'm going off of the musicality and then how hard the diss was. Some people are just into lyrics and that's it. Huh?
Can you put back to back in that conversation yet?
No, back to back is soft compared to those. But see, we grew up in those times.
But that's a different type of rapper. These rappers
back to back was crazy, and I mean, it's a hit song. It's a hit diss song, right? It's a hit diss song. I understand that, but see, remember I was talking to you last night about, you know, what were your most influential? Like, what stage were you? What age were you? Where you was most influential? Like, what song hit you the most? You said 6th grade. I said 10th grade. How come ain't no song hit us crazy in our 30s?
Don't know, because
we're not impressionable like that anymore, right?
Yeah, music is done differently.
Well, it's done differently, but
I don't even like nothing no more though. Like that.
Me too. Me too. Is that
you heard me just tell you that the hardest records I've heard in a long time came from two old niggas, Rick Roos and 2 Chains. That's because they still rap like old niggas.
Is that because we
sing rapping?
Well,
I don't like that shit.
Put like this. Remember, what can I compare it to? It could be like a scary movie. When you're younger, a movie could scare you out your pants. You get older, you're like, it's a little scary, but I get it. Like, you already know how the director's going. Like, okay, here comes the jump scare. Here comes the music. So I know it's suspenseful. So they're gonna get me ready to jump, but I don't know when. But I know it's coming. Like, you understand that. As a child, you don't understand that. So when it happens, you're scared. I think music is the same way. When you're young, put like this: when you're 15 in high school, you trying to fit in about with what's in, what's popping. Yeah, I'm down. I'm hip. I know what's going on. In your 30s, you like, I don't give a shit what's going on. This is what I'm doing. I'm worried about getting myself together. I'm worried about getting my, your priorities are different. So you're not worried if somebody, they're not going to be the same age as you for your 30s. You're not worried about them thinking, man, you don't know this is the hottest song, or you're like, man, I'm trying to own this building right here. I'm trying to get my own shit off the ground. Like, it's a different mindset when you're older. That's why when I asked you that question, it was our most impressionable years were when we were young, just like kids now. You think, like I said yesterday, a Chris Brown to somebody who grew up with Chris Brown is the same as Michael Jackson.
It's Michael Jackson, yeah.
But we're like, wait a minute. Yeah. But when we were young, because Michael Jackson is, he affected us because we grew up in that time. We were like, hell no. Chris Brown was nowhere near Michael Jackson. But you say that to the person who was a little younger than Chris Brown when Chris Brown was making those hits, those hit records. They don't know about no Michael Jackson, so it's not going to hit them.
Yeah, they grew up with Chris Brown.
Right. And if they go listen to Michael Jackson records, they'll be like, "Oh, it's okay, it's cool."
But have you
it's not going to hit me because it's not in that time.
You notice that sonically, all these records sound the same.
Like I told you yesterday.
Not only sonically, melodically they sound the same.
How can me on the West
sounds the same?
Exactly. How can me on the West Coast versus another producer on the East Coast we don't know each other from anything, and how can we come up with the same exact hi-hat pattern? At that point, we're not being creative. We're just regurgitating what has taken over. And man, put them fast hi-hats in that beat, man. Because if you don't, the song's not gonna be no good. You mean to tell me all this stuff I'm putting in the record is no good unless it has that fast hi-hat on it? Is that what you're telling me? So you become pigeonholed. You become a slave to. You can have all these ideas, but you better not utilize them. You better just stick in this one little lane, and that's it. Versus back then, we had a Tribe Called Quest. We had Bone Thugs and Harmony. We had DJ Quick, Dre. We've had. This is just hip hop. Swiss Beats, Kanye, producer. What other producer? Just Blaze. We've had everybody had their own sound. Nowadays, everybody has the same sound. We could say, even to this day, we know when a DJ Quick record come on. Oh, that's Quick. Oh, that's Dre.
It's quality. It's a quality record, though.
But it has.
You can tell.
It has their taste.
Man, that shit is like gumbo, bro.
Right, but it has their taste to it. You recognize. You can recognize, well, not anymore, but you recognize when an R. Kelly record came on. Even if he's not even on the song, he wrote that. I could tell by the way they're singing it. They're using his tones, his rhythms, Nowadays, it's like, I don't know who did this. But then again, I'm older. So my question is the 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, up to 21-year-old, can they say, oh no, that's whoever's hot right now. That's who that is. How can you tell? I could tell by the way he does his triplets. They don't do it like, I don't know. That's the question that you had to ask for them. I'm just guessing at this point. But
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to judge because it's a generational thing. And you're right. It's like, a lot of stuff. Well, let me take it back. Lately, I've been buying stuff like I'm old school. I'll buy the albums if I like it on iTunes or the singles. One thing I don't like about iTunes though, if I buy your single and then your album come out, then I buy your album, that single's not on your album. It's like separate. So it's like, do I buy the single or do I just have to wait until the whole thing comes out then buy that? Because I don't like having stuff broken up if I want a cohesive album to listen to. Stuff is crazy though, man. I mean, you want to give your social media handle or anything out there,
Oh yeah, y'all can find me at Bobby Glasco 115. BOBBYGLASCO 115. I take all hate now. I take all love now.
Oh yeah. Any new projects? Anything you want to promote? Albums that's already out. Stuff coming up. What's up?
Just the Dirty Kicks. I'm gonna promote this Dirty Kicks. On IG too.
Okay.
Dirty _kicks KICCZ.
What?
And then, well, yeah. And then on iTunes, y'all check out the Bobby Glasco. I got like 3 singles up there. Y'all check them out.
Well, shit.
Boom.
There it is, man. Hey, nice having you on the Hwood show. You know, I'm trying to get this stuff popping off, but this was great, man. And, you know, we're going to do it again.
Yeah, man, just let me know.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, then. We out.
Nigga, I'm a G thing like my pop. If you don't feel that, feel these shots. Nigga, talk that.